Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise and glory to the Most High God, who the word need calls. To the Most High Yahweh, who the word need calls God, and Yahweh Shah, who the word need calls Jesus Christ. Right, Brother Judah Mine coming with a quick exhortation through the Spirit, waiting while I'm at this plantation waiting. Right, just want to go into a couple precepts on how do we love the Lord. Right, is it we know love is an action word. Just like say for instance, you say you love your wife, but you doing all matter of wickedness, abomination to her, suplexing her, pedigree. It's not the just the love, the talk about it. You gotta be about it, man. Right? It's not like that skunk. I don't know if brothers familiar with Pepe Le Pew Pew. Is that how you love the Lord? You just go and grab them and kiss them everywhere and lust after them. That's not how you show that you love the Lord. Right? So we're gonna go into it through the Spirit and show how we love the Lord. Let's get the book of Joshua first. Right? This is the book of Joshua, chapter 23 and verse number 11. It says, "Take good heed unto yourselves that you love the Lord your God." Right? So he's saying, hey, take heed that you love the Lord your God. Right? Now I want to jump around. Let's go through this real quick through the Spirit. Verse 6. It says, "Be ye therefore very courageous, and to keep and do that all to keep and to do all that is written in the book of the law of Moses, that ye turn not aside from them from the left hand or from the right." Right? It says that's how so when you go into it, we love the Lord and we gotta keep the laws and his commandments. That's how we're gonna show that we love the Most High God. Right? You can't go up there physically and grab him and say, "Lord, I love you," and give him a big hug and a kiss and roses and edible arrangements. Can't get a Lord edible arrangements, man. Right? So let me get this precept in Psalm chapter 119 and verse 46. Another precept, right? Real milk, fundamental, right to the point, right? It's Psalm chapter 119 and verse 46. I says, "I will speak of thy testimonies also before kings and will not be ashamed." And that's what brothers who go on the highways and byways, that's what we doing. We're declaring these laws and commandments and these decrees that the Lord set up through the Spirit, right? Can't eat the shrimp, crab, lobster, pork. Shrimp, crab, lobster, pork, all these abominable things, right? We ain't keeping Christmas, Thanksgiving, all these wicked holidays because they got nothing to do with us. And we keeping the new moon, we doing all these things. So that's the testimonies that we declare, verse 47. "And I would delight myself in the commandments which I have loved." So we delight ourselves in the commandments, man. Wearing our fringes, loving our neighbor as ourselves, loving our brothers, our sisters, right? Coming together in unity, doing all these righteous things that's according to the Lord, right? Verse 48, "My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments." And your hands symbolic for your works, right? Right? So you gonna put your hand, like they say, put your hand to the plow. You putting your hand, it's an action, right? That's what it's talking about. It says, "My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments, which I have loved." So brothers and sisters gotta literally love the laws and commandments of the Lord, man. What better joy do we got, man, besides loving these commandments, man? Hey, we love that the Lord gave us a dietary law, man. All right? We love that the Lord told us not to be like the heathen, man. Be separate, man. Gave us new moons. Hey, we get a celebration every month, man. All right? Literally a new moon, man. All praise to the Most High. But I'm continuing. It says, this is Psalm 119:48 again. "My hands also will I lift up unto thy commandments, which I have loved, and I will meditate in thy statutes." So that's what we doing. We literally are meditating in the statutes of the Lord, man. Right? That's our love. That's how we showing that we love the Lord. This is the book of Psalm chapter 15. Let's go to Proverbs 15 and verse number let's go to Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 9. It says, "The way of the wicked is an abomination unto the Lord, but he loveth him that followeth after righteousness." And what is righteousness? That's literally the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Literally, that's the righteousness. "And it shall be thy righteousness that thou shalt serve." Let me get this precept. Let's get this in Deuteronomy, right? Deuteronomy chapter Slacky, let me get a different precept. I was thinking about a different precept. Oh, okay, Slacky. Let's get this. This the book of, real quick, all right. So this the book of Proverbs chapter 14 and verse number, let's get right to the point, man. Right? Let's get right to the point, man. Right? All right, Salakia. Let me find this preset. Escape my mind, man. Let's get another one through the Spirit, Lord willing. Right? right here through the Spirit. Come on, let's go to Psalm. Let's go to Psalm chapter 97. Right? But the whole point of it is keeping the law, statutes, commandments. That's our righteousness. That's how we love the Lord. That's how we show our fear to the Lord, man. Right? A godly reverence. Let me get this in Hebrews. All right? Let's get this in Hebrews, man. All right? With that fear of the Lord, man. The godly fear, man. All right? It's not just, oh my God, it's like, how Jake's scared of spiders and roaches. That's not the fear that we're talking about, man. Fear is just being obedience, right? Being obedience, right? Humility, right? Unto what the Lord commanded us to do, right? This is the book of Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 28. It's one of my favorite precepts. Wherefore we receiving the kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear. Reverence. What does it mean to reverence, right? You giving reverence. Hey, brothers reverence that teacher in school, right? Giving reverence, hey, so how much more doing it in righteousness for the Lord? It says, I'm gonna read it again, Hebrews 12 and 28. Wherefore we receiving the kingdom which cannot be moved, let us have grace whereby we may serve God acceptably with reverence and godly fear, right? That's all showing that love. Right, you got the classes in 1 John chapter 2. It's like in 1 John chapter 3, right? You got John 14 and 15, right? It's many precepts on showing how to love the Lord thy God. Let me get the book of Psalms chapter 40 and 11. Slacky. Let me get this real quick. Slacky. Right? Psalm chapter 40 and verse 8. It says, I delight to do thy will, oh my God. Yeah, thy law is within my heart, man. So it's all going to come down to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's the reverence and that's the godly fear. And that's how you show that you love the Most High God and His Son, right? By doing what He says, man. So we abhor evil, man. So like it, the Lord told us to love the good and hate the evil, man. Right? Roughly paraphrasing. Right? The only way that you're going to get to the kingdom is keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. Right? So like it, I don't got my pocketbook. But nevertheless, let me get this Revelation. All right, Revelation 22 and 14. It says, blessed are they that do His commandments, that they may have right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. So, Salaki, that's the man. But Salaki, yeah, that's the Lord said, hey, even how you get into the kingdom, you got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, and it's ultimately a predestination, right? Not to go too deep, but predestinated. It's already been ordained from the very beginning, right, through the Spirit. So let's get another one. Let's get another one, and let's get another one real quick. All right, let's do the Spirit. So this is the book of 1 Kings. Right. All right, let's get this real quick. Salakia. All right, let's get this in the book of 1 Kings. All right. Salakia, page is sticking. All right. So this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 2, and verse number 1. I'm gonna start from the top. Now this was David was finna get ready to get, pass the torch, basically giving Solomon a charge before he, was finna go to the spiritual war with the Most High. It says this, 1 Kings 2 and 1. Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die, and he charged Solomon his son, saying, I go the way of the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man, and keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in His ways, to keep His commandments to keep His statutes and His commandments and His judgments and His testimony, that is written in the law of Moses, that thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself. So that's plain upon the table. The Lord said, hey, David told Solomon how you be a man is showing yourself, right, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, His judgments, His testimonies, all these different things that's required of the Lord, right? That's all ultimately coming down to loving the Lord, reverencing the Lord, right? That's how He's showing your obedience to the Lord, right? Like we said, we can't go up there and get the Most High edible arrangements, right? Or flowers.com, and the Lord cheesing and He blessing. He don't know. You show the Lord you love Him by obedience, man, right? Obedience, man. Let me get this other precept real quick, and I'm gonna close up, right? I'm waiting for them to come bring this right rating real quick. Salaki, right? Let me get this in what I'm thinking of right now. Okay, Kyle, let's go to Acts. I think that's what I want. Let me see. Acts chapter. Let's get this in Acts. Acts chapter. That's not what I want. But we're gonna end it at this, right? Playing upon tables. The Lord told us how to love Him, how to serve Him, what's His reverence, and how to godly fear the Lord, right? Let's go to Deuteronomy, right? This is the book of Deuteronomy. We're gonna close it with John, because we're gonna just close it up real quick, right? With the book of John, chapter 14 and 15, ultimately. Right, many other precepts, but like I said, I didn't want it to be too long, just quick. Playing upon tables, right? It says, John 14 and 15, it says, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's plain. That's how you showing that you love the Lord. You can't say the commandments done away with and this and that. And the Lord said how you love Him is keeping the laws, statutes, commandments. So Israel, that's all we got to do. That's how we show that we love the Lord, keeping the statutes, His laws, and His commandments as Israelites. And with that, Brother Jeremiah, shalom.